Hi, I'm Josh.
I'm Justin.
Hey, Hey, Justin. What's that guy's name? Who I am? What's that guy's name? I beat it. You to it this time, you motherfucker. I'm Austin. This is Have You Seen?
So, hey guys, have you seen R.I.P.D?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I have.
I'm super looking forward to
You
this.
really shouldn't be.
I saw the trailers and I was like, ooh, they took Ghostbusters and Men in Black and smushed them together. And then it was out of theaters in no time. I don't know why. So I didn't get a chance to see it.
So I guess you already know what it's about.
You're about to find out why.
What do you think? Could you further expound on what you
So
seen?
this is Jeff Bridges in the Tommy Lee Jones role and Ryan Reynolds in the Will Smith role of said Ghostbusters. And they're going to be going around maybe fictional town, maybe in L.A., San Francisco, busting bad ghosts that have maybe gone against that book in Beetlejuice, the rules.
Just take a stab at what you think the big bad is.
Well, a ghost that has taken over some prominent person's body, like a senator, a congressperson.
But just like a ghost?
A mayor.
Not a person
Generic
that becomes
ghost?
a ghost.
Oh, you're pushing too hard, and now I know it's somebody famous. It's like
No, I'm not. I don't remember.
it's like fucking Abraham Lincoln took over somebody. He's like, I'm gonna be bad now. Those are his wooden teeth or
that
whatever.
would be better.
Yeah. I'm Genghis Khan, and this is the Shadow. No? I mean, we'll see. I'm excited. I'm really excited, because Men in Black had cool weaponry, so did Ghostbusters, so I imagine there's, like, some ghost tech in this. One thing I remember from the preview is they don't really look like they look. And so one of them's, like, an elderly person, and the other is, like, Deadpool or something? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges is Deadpool.
Oh! with that, like, bacon gut he has going on under the Deadpool
and Ryan
costume.
Reynolds is the dude.
The dude. Okay, yeah. He's just drinking Caucasians the whole movie, trying to get his rug back, because it ties the room together. Yeah, I can see that. Alright. Oh, did you ever see that Freaky Friday movie with Ryan Reynolds and
No.
Jason Bateman?
No.
I did, because I like to watch all the Freaky Friday
Yeah,
movies.
you like a Freaky Friday?
I like a Freaky Friday. I also like a Christmas Carol premise where somebody gets visited by 3 ghosts.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a holiday specific
Just
thing.
3 ghosts.
Just give me 3 ghosts trying to teach somebody a lesson. Yeah. That, a Freaky Friday. What else do I like? Let me just sit here and name things I like. Hey, we're gonna go watch the movie and we'll be right back.
You can only put it out for so long. I'm referring to Kingsman.
Yeah. Yeah. Which we tried. We will watch.
We're just cheap.
Huh? Well, yeah, we're not
Just cheap.
fucking buying it because you can't rent it. And it's 2 hours and 20 minutes long. That's some bullshit. Alright, we'll be back.
Come on, let's go.
And we're back. Finished watching R.I.P.D.
What did R.I.P.D. stand for?
Rest in Peace Department.
How do you know? It's not like they said it during the movie.
Twice.
Or do you think Justin didn't like this at all?
It was something. I forgot how something it was.
Yeah?
There was not one thing about this movie that I liked.
No? You didn't think it was the perfect blend of Men in Black meets Ghostbusters?
Didn't like any of the casting or the characters or the jokes.
Oh, the jokes. Those were there.
You got your cool weapons, maybe?
So it starts with
There was no cool
flashback.
tech. Nothing.
Just really weird
What about the
prop
Wikipedia
weapons.
people?
Really
There was
strange.
bad guys tech. And that was like a magic item.
Yeah.
There was no
They
tech.
never explained.
Yeah, and it wasn't a staff at all, which they called it a staff.
They did call it a staff.
Who's
It was a
Jericho?
statue.
Why did he build it? It was kind of just like a hunk
It was
of
a
metal.
monument.
Yeah, there you go. A hunk of metal with a ring around it. So we start off and Ryan Reynolds gets crushed by a car and it's like, oh no, he's dead, but then he's not. And he's like, let me tell you why I'm not dead. It's probably because I'm dead. Mm-hmm. And then we find out 3 or 4 days earlier. He, like every Ryan Reynolds movie, after we get like a title drop, it's him in glorious morning light with a babe in her underwear. Every single one. Mm-hmm. I was having Green Lantern flashbacks watching this. Ooh, which is worse, this or Green Lantern?
This.
Maybe. Green Lantern takes itself way more seriously.
Yeah, but this.
Okay. So he's a cop in Boston whose partner is
Kevin
Bacon. Spoilers, who's a ghost. Mm-hmm. But a completely competent Boston police department officer. Yeah, because he has that
amulet that hides his soul stink.
Yeah, because you can tell who's a deado.
Because they have a stinky soul.
Deado. That gets
Everybody used it. I thought it was something that just Burt Reynolds was going to say.
Yeah?
Yeah, that would have made it okay.
It's not Burt.
That would have been cool if Burt Reynolds had come into the movie and said that.
Not Burt Reynolds. What's his name?
So, Ryan Reynolds is a cop in the police department. And we find out he's a crooked
cop. Seagal, when was he in it?
Yeah. We find out he's a crooked cop because he's burying some shit in the backyard under an apple or an orange tree or something.
They just bought and just put in the ground.
Fully developed tree, so much produce on this little tree. Gold. And he didn't even take the bag off of it when he buries it, when he plants this tree. His partner's crooked. He's like, hey, I'm done. And he's like, you can't be done. We're crooked now. Mm-hmm. Once you go crooked, you can't go back.
Yeah, you can't straighten once you're crooked.
Yeah. It's like bacon. You put it in the frying pan, it's flat, it's floppy, but then once it starts to cook, it goes crooked.
You can't uncook bacon.
You can't uncook bacon. That would be great if all those characters and analogies were bacon analogies. 1, because he's Kevin Bacon. 2, because he's a cop.
Yeah.
We gotta hit the streets. We gotta get out there. It's hot. We're gonna sizzle.
Yeah.
We're gonna sizzle all over this town, spreading grease around, lubricating the wheels of justice. The frying pan of Boston. Immediately, we go to the worst planned shootout ever.
Yeah, this is a very poorly executed.
Mm-hmm. Badly
to the point where one cop shoots another cop, and none of the other cops are around to see it happen, or don't give a shit. They could be all. How many dead men does he have with him in the police department?
Deados?
Yeah.
What's a dead man?
I don't want to say deados.
So, they go to this warehouse. They start storming it. They run in. Ryan Reynolds is wearing a bulletproof vest. And Kevin Bacon isn't, and that's kind of suspicious because he's just wearing
a black leather jacket
and a white shirt underneath, and he's got a shotgun, like a big chrome pump action one, and he's like second when they rush inside this building, full of at least 50 mercenaries?
I don't know what they were doing.
They were quote unquote bad guys for sure because they had like hockey masks. They were packaging up stuff in little baggies. It looked like
arms dealers, drug busts, human traffickers. Who knows?
Who knows? You're right with human traffickers because there might have been ladies there. Because Kevin Bacon's like, I don't like that bulletproof vest. Ryan Reynolds like, yeah, but it protects my life. Kevin Bacon's like, yeah, but it's like lady repellent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some ladies on this high violent shootout, stakeout, whatever, raid that the SWAT team should be doing.
I gotta get my dick sucked the second I'm done shooting a gun.
And that vest gets in the way because it also guards your crotch. I'd rather take a bullet to the crotch than not get my dick sucked after.
He knows that the bullets can't hurt him.
Yeah. Well, obviously, but kind of a stupid move. If you're in the police department, you'd be like, hey, Kevin
How
Bacon,
has he not been discovered?
How about you put on that bulletproof vest before you go in there? Maybe a riot shield, a helmet.
I'm sorry, but if you're a police officer going into like a bust, they do not let you go in there because you don't like to wear the bulletproof vest.
I don't know.
It's not optional.
All those Dirty Harry movies taught us otherwise. If you're good enough, you can carry whatever gun you want and dress however you want on the beat. And they kind of just let you be in Wild West Sheriff. Right? I don't know how far from the truth that is.
Does that lead into the Wild West Sheriff character?
Yeah.
There's a Wild West Sheriff character. So, they get to this terrible shootout. They're running around. Ryan Reynolds decides to go up 50 flights of stairs because that's where the head bad guy always hangs out, I guess.
Well, he saw him.
Yeah, he saw somebody. He goes up there, and it's just him and Kevin Bacon. And Kevin Bacon has discarded his shotgun for an assault rifle.
Yeah, because he didn't want to shoot him with the gun he went in there with. I mean, come on.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
He probably grabbed a bad guy's gun.
A pistol wouldn't work. I mean, this thing is huge. And he's just like, hey, bad move trusting me. I'm a crooked cop and you knew it.
Yeah.
And you told me your one weakness was your girlfriend. Kablam,
I'm not going to exploit that weakness. I'm just going to shoot you.
We don't get any shots that look like they kill him. Probably because this is PG-13, which is a huge mistake.
He very clearly fell and at least broke his neck with how he landed.
Okay. Yeah,
and he hit his head on the beam as he was falling. He was dead.
He hit his head on the beam, and then
dead.
he landed on his head on the concrete. So, yeah. But I'm saying it's a mistake to make this movie PG-13.
Yeah, it would have been better as R.
Oh, so much better. It's a movie about dead people. You could have had, instead of these CGI deado cartoon bullshit running around, you could have had people in, like, gross prosthetics.
How much older is this than Men in Black than this, do you think? And, compare the special effects.
This is 2013. Men in Black's 1997 or 1998.
Yeah. And compare
Men in Black's hold
effects.
up so much better.
And this was because they skimped on it. This movie cost $130 million to make.
Yeah.
Where did the money go? I guess I know where the money went.
97 was Men in Black?
Dear Lord, why does the CGI look so
It looks
bad?
terrible.
It's like Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yep, they're chasing these cartoon things around town.
They're fighting the Monstars from Space Jam.
Oh, and that's what I thought. I was like, is it going to go full cartoony? Because the first monster I saw, the first ghost, I was like, that's a straight up cartoon.
Right?
Like, that is hand-drawn almost.
That's the movie's first, minute. The first minute is you see this, because, they're supposed, I don't know, they were proud of it or something. It looks like dog shit.
And this is a scene we see twice. They show it later. So, yeah, you're right. They were real proud of it. This really big, jiggly alien running around and running up walls and up cars and jumping and doing flips. And like you said, Josh, we're supposed to know he's bad because he's really fat and really repulsive and gross looking.
Yeah, because he has a stanky soul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it could have done better as an R movie because there's so much gun violence. There's a lot of, quote unquote dead people that could just be we could have interesting backstories. Like somebody could be really flat on one side of their body and have tire marks. They could go very Beetlejuice.
Yeah, and they call him Skid Mark.
Yeah, that's what I was saying was a wasted opportunity. This movie could have been rife with toys if it had been made in the 80s or early 90s.
Henchmen. If Kevin Bacon had any, he had the fat dude.
He had the dude with a lot of faces and heads.
He had the dude with a lot of faces, but none of them were just a line. Yeah, is all you need. You don't need to go into a 20-minute exposition, but just one little thing.
Hey, Deadeye, get over here for that girl who's missing an eye, and it's looks like she'd been shot or something. Anything. Yeah, her character design I thought was pretty good. It wasn't too cartoony. The one henchman who had
the missing
the embery socket. Yeah. So Ryan Reynolds gets shot a whole bunch. We don't get to see any of the death shots. He might have not been killed by the gun.
Yeah, he looked pretty pristine for how horribly he died.
A puppet falls down a couple flights of stairs.
It was CGI.
Yeah, a digital puppet because it is bad. It's flippity floppity. This is like an Unreal Tournament when you blow somebody up and the ragdoll physics take over and they just bounce around the stage.
Yeah.
He hits his head, he lands on the back of his neck. He's dead because time freezes. And that happens when you die.
It's like they didn't know how to color correct or something.
For what?
For the bad guys, the CGI. They looked brighter than the rest of the things around them.
Color is used a lot in this movie. Our happy opening, sunlit morning scene.
Yeah.
This place where time freezes is blown to shit. But yeah, there's...
It didn't come across as something intentional. It came across
the monsters.
it just looks bad.
For how much they spent, it should have been done better. Just put a dude in a costume. Haven't you learned your lesson already? Like, come on. Time freezes. He gets sucked into, like, Ragnarok Thor portal with, like, a trillion little buttholes of where you could go.
Mm-hmm.
He
gets
sucked
in
one
at the last second.
Yeah, and this is one of those movies where heaven and the afterlife are a complete bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's funny. Don't you get enough of this in your day-to-day life? It's going to be the same when you die.
Yeah, like we haven't seen that interpretation of the afterlife before in any movie. How original.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I might put Stay Tuned on my list. That's a doozy. One of those where it's not quite the afterlife, but something looks like a bureaucracy.
It's not.
You work in an office like this, right?
I mean, not really. It's not full of dead Boston police officers.
No, but I'm saying, like, there's things on carts being pushed around sometimes. There's a lot of people at desks.
Not very many carts. There's a lot of people at desks, sure.
You think 10 years ago you would have had a lot more carts?
Yeah. Everything's, like, digital now.
Okay. So, do you ever confuse it for the afterlife? Like, whoa, have I died and got a sweet office job?
No.
Who knows?
If that's the afterlife, I'll kill myself again.
Which brings up a point, because we get to this R.I.P.D, the what?
Rest in Peace Department.
Yeah, which is Afterlife Police Department, under whose authority? We never get told.
The Eternals.
Okay.
They reference the Eternals.
A throwaway line at the end of the movie.
And she refers to them as they whenever she sends, like, she gets the report. She's like, oh, they said blah, 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 blah.
So, the Eternals run this department. There are different divisions all over the country. They make a Scottsdale, Arizona joke, like, a lot of people die in Scottsdale. Mm-hmm. Is this for, like, the neurotic dad who sits at home and looks up, like, most dangerous cities in the country or something? Like,
yeah, and it's Scottsdale, Arizona.
Ha! They nailed it, honey! Giving the shaft to Scottsdale. You know, my cousin Jimmy lives there. He's gonna get mugged. Yeah.
Not Chicago.
Not Albuquerque.
New York, not Scottsdale, Arizona.
I didn't get it. It was a weird throwaway line. Okay.
Same with the...
Is that the city where her show took place?
Weeds?
Weeds, yeah, because this is the woman who started.
No, that was definitely California.
Okay. I knew it was in the desert somewhere.
Yeah. Also, there's like a throwaway line of the music that's playing there all the time is
Steely Dan.
Steely Dan.
Mm-hmm.
And the subtitles that we were watching said like Muzak continues playing, but it spelled it like M-U-Z-I-K.
If you look at Muzak,
like, what the fuck?
That means like elevator music. Like music that's been taken and kind of shittily reinterpreted to be like lounge or elevator music. Yeah, it's an actual term. But yeah, that was funny that it wasn't playing Steely Dan, it was playing like a tinkly elevator version of that. Nice job, Afterlife.
Yeah.
They go out into the lobby and there's this deado and he's giving them a rough time and he's like, I'm gonna break free.
He was saying something, but I don't know what it was. He was just going, I'm big and ugly.
Holy crap, the exposition in this
Everybody
movie.
Pretend like you can see me. Look over here like there's something actually standing here when there's clearly not.
No, there is. It's some dork in a green suit with a green sponge attached to his head.
Like those little white balls all over him.
And 2 green, like, fun noodles he's waving around his arms. Yeah. It's not hard to look at that. But, who's our cowboy cop, Justin?
I don't know his name.
Why?
Because I'm terrible at names.
Josh, do you know
the
his
dude?
name? The dude, yeah. Oh, we're gonna get... If we had fans, they would be uproarious right now. Is it Burt Reynolds?
Yeah,
Is
Burt
that
Reynolds.
it? Okay, we'll go with Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds just shoots this motherfucker. And he's like, he was going towards the door. The way he talks is like he has a ring of paralytic injections around his face. because he's not moving his mouth, he's not moving his lips, it's his jaw moving vertically up and down is all he's using. And you can't understand him. It's like he's got chew packed in all 4 quadrants the entire time. And he's doing this, like, Agent Q, Tommy Lee Jones bullshit, like, call me Big Daddy when we're out on the field. Big Daddy knows what to do to solve this case.
The rookie rides on the bottom.
And he keeps making up stupid nicknames for himself, like, or you should follow old boss's plan.
Yeah, sure.
Big Daddy's coming, and you don't know what to do when Big Daddy comes. You can pull your guns out. And he straight up murders this dude, which he's dead, but he says these bullets erase you from the cosmos. So, cool, I guess. Just shoot willy-nilly at anybody.
A bunch of those cops got murdered.
Yeah, later on.
They're erased from the cosmos now, too.
For sure. They don't do anything to live people, just deados.
Yeah.
But also deados who have bottos, like our 2 stars here. Ryan Reynolds and Jeff Bridges. Oh, I'm sorry, Burt Reynolds. I wanted to stick with that. Burt Reynolds. Yeah. So, they're a type of deado who has a botto. Which means they're super strong, they don't have to eat, but they can. They never have to sleep, so they're always on the job, which really sucks. It's like kind of, just, can you shoot me or send me to the other place?
I'd rather not
thanks.
exist.
I'd like to work for all eternity and then go somewhere.
Seems pretty chill, though. Like, they were all sitting around in an office, at least.
Oh, yeah, the extras. I think that was a director mistake and not a representation of the R.I.P.D, which stands for what?
Rest in Peace Department.
Okay. Yeah, Burt Reynolds is like, you're coming out on the case. And the rest of the goddamn movie is Men in Black. And
the whole movie is Men in Black.
It's them going around in an old car that's a VHS repair shop. If I saw this car parked outside my house or my business,
be immediately suspicious.
I'd be like, is that a fucking paranormal ghost detective agency?
No, you'd be like, is that the FBI?
Yeah, is that the dumb FBI? Because they're in a VHS repair. Also, okay, I've got a lot of beef with this movie because it's badly made.
They're in a VHS repairman car, but every time they go up to someone, when they get out of that car, they say that they're health inspectors.
That's not my beef. That's another beef.
And
but yeah.
They both don't look like each other to other people.
So, their head of operations, the R.I.P. department, right? Department?
Yeah.
It's underground. It's buried, maybe 6 feet under, maybe more, who knows?
Yeah.
But the way you access it is through the restroom in a VHS repair store.
Or being sucked through a vortex.
So, there's a VHS repair store that hipsters haven't flocked to be like, oh my god, what is this? Because it's full of VHS tapes. You have Ninja Turtles in packaging, and not one of them has gone into the restroom and flushed.
No.
But what really pisses me off is when you're down in the R.I.P.D, the way to get out through this place is also the restroom?
Yeah.
Why would it be disguised on both sides? Like, once you're in the R.I.P.D, you know you're in the secret location. You have to fake going to the restroom to leave, and it's not big enough for more than, 3 people.
Yeah, they made a point of it later when they all cram in there.
One of the things
that was a joke, remember?
One of the things that got me in this movie was whenever he's taking Ryan Reynolds out on a test run to get their first deado, they go through this apartment complex, and they go through a bunch of doors. Nothing happens. No noise, nothing. He gets to the door where the deado is, he's like, it's always the quiet ones. What?
First he's like, you can tell it's a deado because shit goes wrong around them. And
there's dead plant right there.
Yeah, that light's blinking. Yeah, this shitty apartment complex, that's why everything's wrong. And he's like, yeah, the dead have flooded the earth, and that's why all the bad things are happening, like global warming and President Trump.
Not even just global warming. Flickering lights.
Yeah.
And dead plants.
Everything that goes wrong can be blamed on a deado not accepting the fact that they're dead in their fate. No responsibility on people. We're doing fine, people. Fine. Humanity's doing just fine. So...
God damn.
Yeah. You don't think anybody while filming this was like, hey boss, you know how he has that line coming up that's like, it's always the quiet one?
I don't think anybody who worked on this thought about it when they weren't working on it.
Maybe there should be some, like, noises coming out of these apartments. Like, maybe some music or a party or people talking or people fucking or like, anything. No.
Because that line doesn't make any sense.
We don't have to shoot it again. This would cost literally nothing. We could just put that in editing. Just put a note on the film. No. Such easy mistakes. Could you imagine if the Men in Black were like, hey, we have to go on this super important case to save the Earth, and they have to pile into the fucking shitter together, and like one of them uses their toe to flush the toilet because they all are like germaphobes, kind of?
Also, with how bad this movie is, they intentionally made it a toilet for how they travel.
Yeah, You think this is like their Harry Potter Diagon Alley? They just like get flushed into the toilet. It's not an elevator or anything.
Yeah.
It's magic.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So they go out on this first case and
I mean, how much better would this have been if they were just actually ghosts?
Yeah.
Like not seen by other people. They could just like fly around and spy on things.
They don't really go on a case. Ryan Reynolds goes to his funeral and Jeff Bridges is behind him. Not 24 hours after he's died, and he's been like, quit being a fucking pussy about everything. I know you died, but get over it. Ryan Reynolds is like, that's my wife down there. I'm never going to talk to her again.
She's hugging the man who killed me.
Yeah, who's most likely a ghost working for the Boston Police Department. Can you give me a minute, Burt Reynolds? And he's like, no. Have some whiskey and eat a bullet and shut the fuck up.
I was skull-fucked by a coyote.
Oh my god, he never shuts up about his death. That's one point this Adetto brings up later. He's like, you R.I.P.D. guys, you never shut up about your fucking death. He's right. Ryan Reynolds never brings it up.
He doesn't.
Jeff Bridges brings it up like every 4 scenes. Burt Reynolds? Yeah, whoever. Brings it up like every 4 scenes. He's like, I died with nobody around in the desert, and I had to watch vultures pick at my guts, and coyotes rip at my insides and fuck my skull, and then squirrels took my nuts and hit them, and like all this bullshit. And it's like, yeah, I died in a burning building and stepped outside and was instantly whisked away.
Yeah.
Why did... And I was like, oh, back then, did you get, like, whisked away and it was, like, a log cabin and there was, like, a grizzled old prospector, like, hey, you're gonna work for R.I.P.D. now? Like, because it seems like the R.I.P.D. is almost at the same level of tech as we are currently.
Almost worse.
Besides
their guns,
kind of like you're
and the fact that they get superpowers.
Have you ever been in a hotel that was nice a couple of years ago? It reminds me of that. Like, they're walking down the hallways and there's these flat screens on the wall, but they're like the shitty projection kind that are like, you know, they're 2 feet into the wall and it's just flush with it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh.
Everything's like attached.
So when Jeff Bridges got there, was it worse than shitty Civil War times? Was it like a stone desk and somebody like, hey, I mean, we have... I don't know. We
have this ghost club.
Yeah, it's kind of blue on the end. It can work. And he's like, I brought my own guns. And they're like, oh shit, that's cool. Yeah, you're work for us now. And that's why everybody there respects him. He's just grandfathered into this bullshit R.I.P.D. like boys club.
Yeah. That's another thing that bugged me about this movie was he kept like ragging on Ryan Reynolds that he needs to get over it, but like. Ryan Reynolds.
Literally hours have passed.
Literally hours have passed. But he talks more about his death and how the stuff he can't get over more than Ryan Reynolds does.
400 years ago. Yeah.
And he's like, I've been dead since the 1800s. You've been dead for 5 hours. Get over it, pussy.
Okay,
that's probably intentional. He's just trying to get it.
I have a theory. Fucking Burt Reynolds in this movie wanted to play a grizzled prospector. That was entirely his choice. So he didn't have to watch himself and could use all the fucking racist, sexist bullshit slurs he wants.
But no, this character was very, like, progressive. Remember? He got mad anytime anybody was, like, racially insensitive or whenever they talked down to him because he was a hot chick. Like, he was like a hot chick to them, he'd be like, no, you gotta respect women.
Yeah, okay. 50-50, because he's slow.
He always says engine.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. It's like, ooh, and he uses it wrong a couple of times. He uses it so often that he uses it wrong. And it's like, oh my god, Jeff Bridges, couldn't you have died in like 87 and just been a gay cowboy? Like a rhinestone denim cowboy? That would have been such a better character. So we haven't talked too much about it because they just get to the funeral and Ryan Reynolds doesn't know this, but people don't see him as Ryan Reynolds. Mm-hmm. Like, his entire, like, hot white guy privilege is gone.
Yeah.
He's an old Chinese man who played, like, Lo Wang. He's a very prominent actor.
Like, Big Trouble, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's been in tons of stuff. And he doesn't have enough screen time.
To tie in.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds, to tie him in? Yeah. Is that who you're tying in?
I know.
You think it's... Yeah, okay.
I know.
Okay.
That's the joke, Austin.
Oh, is it? I'm gonna make you a shirt with, like, Kurt Russell's picture on it, and it says Burt Reynolds on his shirt, and then on that shirt, it says whoever the fuck. Like, hey, what's that actor's name? That's, well, all it needs to say. So, Billy Crystal just keeps egging him on. Ryan Reynolds looks like an elderly man, and
Kurt Russell looks like...
Yeah, Kurt Russell, just change it up every 3 minutes, why not? Looks like a tall, well-endowed blonde woman.
Yes.
So, oh my god, do we hammer this in every scene that she's hot.
She's so hot that a group of businessmen, like, only pay attention to how hot she is after she crashes in through a building being dragged by a literal monster.
They all straighten their bow ties.
The monster is still in the room, and they're just like, oh, hey, baby.
Kurt Russell is so hot that the music changes every goddamn time we see him as a woman.
I can't believe how hot Bradley Cooper is supposed to be in this movie.
Like, we get shitty, like, blues guitar indicating how hot she is every time we see. We get people like, hey baby, catcalling her out of cars. We get people like falling down every time they see her.
That guy gives her a business card.
I do music videos. Here's my card and my personal numbers on the back. And this, okay, big fuck up because we got, like, fucking Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds here, 2 big stars. We got Kevin Bacon as the bad guy. This hot chick, quote unquote, no one that I know, no one that I recognize.
She might be from something. I don't know every movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
probably a model.
Josh,
can you look up hot chick from R.I.P.D? Can you look up R.I.P.D. hot chick photos?
Yeah.
Safe search off, Josh. This is a Fapcheck. Official Fapcheck moment.
Right, but they could have gotten someone recognizable.
Right.
Like, I knew who the old Chinese man was.
Yep.
I don't know his name, but I know who he is. I recognized him.
Yeah.
But I also don't know Paul Rudd's name.
You don't know a lot of people's names. A lot of people. Maybe it's like a game of Guess Who. That could be our podcast. There's just like a bunch of fucking celebrities, and it's like, what was he in R.I.P.D? What?
She's known for her work as a supermodel in Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue and Victoria's Secret lingerie.
She is a model, not an actress.
A lingerie model and swimsuit model in specific. We didn't get either in this movie. We got tight gold dress.
Yeah.
Because
as a health inspector.
Your clothing doesn't change either with your deado personality they give you. Like a livo. Like a deado in a livo motto. Yeah. So
this movie is a bunch of crapo.
It's a bunch of crapo. Oof. Ryan Reynolds finally gets on board. He's like, yeah, alright, I'll be a dead cop. I'll do it.
I like Ryan Reynolds. He can put in some good performances. This is not one of them.
He was working with what he had. There's nothing going on in this. It's soulless. Like, every single scene is just, like, people trying to act so nonchalant and stoic to each other. Like, the woman from Weeds and him across the table in that interview, she's like, hey, I got a job for you. Yeah, what kind of job you got for me? I want you to work for me.
That could work if that was just her.
Yeah.
Like, if that was her character.
You can't have everyone doing it.
Everybody in the movie's like that, besides Owen Wilson.
It's such a deadpan performance that everyone adopted. So this is a Dark Horse comic that was adapted into a movie. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I got a comic and I leave it on a nun's doorstep. Well, yeah, it's my little comic and I can't take care of it, and then it turns into a movie. Oh, those Marvel baby comics, they got adopted by that rich nunnery.
Mm-hmm. They were...
Hey, 130 mil, that's not...
Angelina Jolie adopted them.
That's nothing to, get mad about. This movie...
130... I am mad that this movie cost 130 million.
Had some money behind it.
Where did that go?
Ryan Reynolds and Burt Lancaster.
All the CGI?
Yeah.
This movie might as well have just been animated.
It would have been
better.
Yeah, it could have been a good anime, I guess. Because then you could have done something.
Maybe they would have given a shit about what they were saying.
So
I honestly think that Kurt Russell's character, he just went on set and said whatever nonsense came to his mind, and nobody just corrected him. They're just like, all right, go with it. That's what he said this time.
Botox, and I feel like shooting some of these fake pistols around the town. So all the guns in this, they use normal bullets with bright blue tips that just send your ass to the far reaches of the cosmos. But the guns, they're all like improvised 6-shooters that just have super long barrels.
Yeah.
Or cylinders, or whatever.
I don't get why they need that, because the bullets didn't seem any bigger.
No, if you're going to use like a 5-inch bullet, that would make sense. But even the shotgun looked like this.
Yeah.
But it didn't rotate. Why did it have so many fucking barrels? It's like, how do we make a gun cooler? Put more barrels on it.
Oh, and gold.
Yeah. Or silver. Yeah. Everything was gold or silver. It's kind of like Men in Black.
Kinda.
Just
a little.
Because, he goes to the back of the car and he opens up that weapons cache, and it's like a scene in Bioshock. Or not Bioshock,
Men in Black?
No, I'm thinking about the space game where it's like, there's 3 of them, and you're in space, you're treasure hunters. It's just a running gun. We played some of it together. There's the little robot who's a smartass.
No idea.
There's like the Tiny Tina's D&D DLC we played on the second one.
Borderlands.
Borderlands. It's kind of like a chest in Borderlands. They open it up and there's all these cool fucking guns in it. In Men in Black, and they're all different sizes and shapes. And you can tell they put a lot of money and effort into one scene where they just show all this cool shit. In this one, they have just a lot of guns with extra barrels that don't shoot. Because they just need normal guns that shoot the special bullets.
Mm-hmm. This movie also teaches us that if you're beautiful and you die, time freezes for a second.
Yeah. But
only if you're a 10.
Yeah. They waste a lot of time stalking his ex-wife.
Yes.
And they're watching him, and they're watching Kevin Bacon, and they're like, oh, he's gonna bone her. And Ryan Reynolds is like, he's not gonna bone her, I bet you. If I win, I get to shoot you in the face 100 times. This is like a stupid elementary school bet. And they follow her, and she's not boning him. She just I
don't think he's even trying to bone her. He
No.
just wants the gold, and then he wants to sacrifice her.
Yeah. Because this is where it turns into a little bit Ghostbusters. We find out they're trying to build this ancient
Once again, called a staff at one point.
Staff of Jericho.
It is not.
We get
a staff.
So, okay. Willy Wonka up in
Unless
heaven
that pole he
sends
stabbed
down...
her with was the staff of Jericho.
No, that was a piece of rebar.
Oh, okay.
We get this... we get this shitty, faxed message down from heaven in a Willy Wonka-esque gold tube. And it, cracks open and it's, 12 feet long and it's, all these diagrams and it's, they're building the Staff of Jericho, an incredibly powerful weapon. We don't know why it's built. We don't know anything else. Is it a Christian artifact? Who knows?
There's heaven and there's hell, but there's not God. There's the Eternals.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Is this a tie-in to some greater universe? Is
might be.
Sandman gonna show up? Because then it's cool, man. Oh, if Sandman shows up, I'm down. No. Dark Horse fucked up recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they wouldn't give their trans employees, healthcare and shit. They got slammed for it, which...
As they should.
They should. Yeah. Treat people like people, motherfuckers. And, maybe they'll do a good job. Maybe we'll read your comics again.
Yeah.
Not this one. This one kind of turned me off to...
I'm not remotely interested in the source material or ever thinking about this again once we stop recording.
I
Much
disagree.
like the people who worked on this movie.
I disagree, because after this is over, I'm going to look up the trailer for the game that came out.
Yeah.
R.I.P.D.
The game.
Didn't
even know that existed.
Yeah, did you rent that at your local Redbox in 2013 when this came out?
No. God, this movie came out in 2013.
Yeah. Let's look up some other movies.
Bad.
Let's look up some other movies from 2013.
It looks so bad.
So after wasting a lot of time stalking his ex-girlfriend, we find out they're trying to build this magic artifact, and R.I.P.D. kind of builds it for them, if you think about it. Never saw it.
Iron Man 3.
It had better special effects. Gravity.
Man of Steel, World War Z, 12 Years a Slave, Wolf of Wall Street, Oblivion.
Oh, Oblivion had really good graphics.
Thor the Dark World.
I like Thor 2 better than Thor 1.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion.
Frozen.
Wait, what's the Wolverine?
The one where he's in Japan?
Is that the same one as Ryan Reynolds was in?
No.
Oh,
that's X-Men Origins.
I always forget that there's a second standalone Wolverine movie.
It's actually pretty good.
I hear that. I've seen clips.
There's a really awesome train fight.
Not Logan. Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine, where he's in Japan.
I always forget that.
There's a really good train fight in that.
Train fights are fun.
One of my favorite train fights.
Oh, Josh, have you seen Train to Busan? No. Have you seen... that's not the one I'm thinking of. That just came to mind because it had a train in it.
Snowpiercer?
Snowpiercer.
Yes, I've seen Snowpiercer.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a fun one.
The Orient Express.
The World's
2017.
Hell no, I have not seen that.
The World's End.
Okay,
Kick-Ass 2.
Okay, that's enough movies to glean that this should have looked better.
Yes.
This looks bad.
I'm gonna just compare the budget of this to the budget of Gravity.
Okay.
Which is
Gravity was 22 or 2020, 2050. Okay, so the R.I.P.D. kind of puts this item together.
$100 million.
Really? This costs $30 million more than Gravity?
$30 million more than Gravity.
And that's completely CGI. No actors or anything worked on that. Except Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's the only one who came in later.
That's true.
He was the first actor to be associated with Gravity, I heard.
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah, because everyone else was CGI. He debunked it, and he acted. Okay, so R.I.P.D. is gathering all these gold pieces. When they put this shit together at the end, there is so much more gold than we have seen throughout the movie. We've been seeing these little chunks that are 2 inches by 1 inch maybe. And at the end, they have a full ring made of gold. They have a full obelisk that's 5 feet tall made of gold.
This movie is in the top 10 most expensive movies of that year.
I wonder where it fucked up, where the blunder
It's right
was.
below. The movie that cost just a little bit more than this, Fast and the Furious 6.
Ooh, good movie. This podcast wholeheartedly supports Fast and the Furious franchise.
Yeah.
Give us more, get into space, get into volcanoes.
I love it.
Get undersea, whatever you want to do. I'm there. Get more people. Yeah.
Triple X2.
Ooh.
I loved that new Triple
Triple X was amazing. You mean Triple X 4? That was the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's Triple X.
I'm just saying more.
Triple X State of Anarchy. Triple X Return of Xander Cage.
Yeah.
And they have to have a new one planned. Because why would he not want to go
Triple
CGI
X,
skydiving?
Exiest.
Ooh, Exy. So Exy. Triple X. XXX.
Dos Equis.
Ooh. They make this gold obelisk. It starts making a fucking, guess it, portal in the sky. Like, you know, there's...
Most cliche thing in, like, movies nowadays.
There's AAA movies that still use this bullshit, where you have...
This was a AAA movie.
Okay. Sure. You have established studios and movies making this shit, where clouds swirl and there's something in the middle that's gonna go bad.
Yeah.
But this is weird, like, this makes small little energy balls all over town, and they're just sucking up, like, garages and people's house. So many people died.
He could have, like, not completed the statue, and it still would have destroyed the world, it seemed like.
Yeah. What happens when he plugs in the final piece is, like dead people, they start raining down on the earth. The dead come back to earth. Which, at this point, I didn't really care.
No.
I was like, oh, eh.
Oh, there was the Wikipedia artifact.
It looked just like the logo for Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
But there were two of them. They go to the cop station, they throw it together, boom, bang, bing.
Yeah, because Kevin Bacon lets them arrest him.
We finally get to see Kevin Bacon's true deado form.
I wish that he had looked exactly the same.
Yeah. Like, no.
Did.
I know, but, like, just no different.
I wanted his hair just to go Super Saiyan white and match his eyebrows. Just like, whoa, that is creepy. Like,
I could have made a joke about it.
Well, all he does is he has some cracks in his flesh.
Yeah.
Like,
Head splits open.
He turns into a cartoon.
yeah.
He looks like he becomes entirely CGI.
Yeah.
You can spot the moment that it happens. Because he gets like 4 shades brighter. Oh, this was another stupid thing. The Deados didn't they turn back into like their monstrous forms whenever they're around
Cumin. The seasoning cumin. And, you know, the R.I.P.D. hasn't figured this out in their hundreds of years. They just know that these stupid fucking questionnaire cards and eating gross-ass food, like, okay, not saying Indian food is gross.
No, just the way he was
eating it grossly in front of the ghouls will turn them.
Disgusting.
And it's just cumin. Like, you don't have to go through the whole fucking song and dance of, like, what do you think of a nicely made tikka masala? Which, to the best of my knowledge, doesn't have too much cumin in it. And they go through this, and Jeff Bridges is just blah, 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 blah.
This is on par. This was almost on par with the hot dog scene in Nothing But Trouble.
Oh, where he's just flip-flapping those wieners around, and then he's got the dick nose, and you know the wieners were probably made of the people he put through the bone shredder. Yeah. Or the bone splitter, or whatever you called it.
I do not like disgusting eating scenes in movies. I don't need it.
This camera is right up close, and it's like, okay, if he gets repulsed by this, I might be a deado. Like, if this is the test, like, this is making me uncomfortable. Everybody turns into cartoons at this point. But later in the movie, you find out that the fucking deados carry cumin in their pocket because they can't just switch whenever they want.
Yes.
They put it on their finger like a fucking line of coke to go deado form. It's ridiculous.
Why?
Yeah.
It should have just been something that triggers it. Not that they have to have it.
Maybe you could be like, hey, I'm going deado now.
Because it seemed like they got stronger.
Yeah.
Whenever they were deados.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they wanted to be deados, other than the fact that
they didn't have any cumin lying around. So...
I don't understand.
This
movie doesn't make any sense. Oh, and there's the scene where Ryan Reynolds goes as the elderly man to try to, like, convince his wife that it's him. And he's, like, talking to her.
Grabs her chin,
and she's looking up into his eyes, like, clearly looking up into Ryan Reynolds' eyes. But he's supposed to be the small, elderly Chinese man. I'm like, what is she looking up at? She's taller than this man.
But didn't you see how after we had that really low angle and he was taller than her.
He was not.
He was standing on whatever.
He
like,
was not
maybe her
taller
knees.
than her.
Like, hey, I'm up here. She's just constantly looking at it like his chest because where Ryan Reynolds stands is different from where he stands, yeah.
It's so dumb.
They stopped the end of the world, by the way, not after a significant portion of Boston has been devastated.
No mention on, like, what's going to happen. Like,
How they fix
Boston
everything.
looked fine. Everybody was walking around like normal. Why isn't everybody like, hey, everybody, the afterlife exists?
Yeah, there were. You see those ghost balls? I lost my apartment to one of them. What's up with that? They shoot everybody. That's how you kill...
Not to mention all the deaths. So
Oh.
many people died.
All of Jeff Bridges' bullshit in this, like... am I the only one willing to take the lethal path? It's like, you're fucking dead! You have no respect for life or afterlife, so, like, to the point where you just murder people.
Yeah.
And then joke about planting a gun on them in
isn't
the
that,
afterlife.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, I'm glad you're on the force.
I'm glad to know that corrupt cops are still corrupt even in the afterlife. The afterlife police department.
ACAG, all cops are ghouls. Because, you know what? Kevin Bacon can get away with being a fucking ghoul and being a pretty good cop.
I was under the impression that all of those cops were being, like, bribed to work for them. Because the only reason Ryan Reynolds did it was because he thought that if he just went to Judgment Now, he would go to hell.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I'll work for you, and that'll, like, guarantee me a spot in heaven, I guess. They never really clarified.
They said it'll give you points on Judgment Day.
Yeah. Okay, what does that mean? Congratulations, you get 2 points straight to hell.
It means pseudo-Christianity bullshit giving us a giant movie that failed. It means, hey, here's 150 years servitude as a cop with no sleep breaks or whatever. Yeah, bloop, straight to hell.
But I get those are all terrible people.
Yeah.
Because why else would they have agreed to do it?
Yeah, it's a room full of shitheads who are used to having authority and abusing it. That's all you get. They save the day because he pulls a car onto the obelisk, Jeff Bridges. Is that really how you want to be your bad guy? Like, you want to just shoot everybody with a gun and then pull a fucking car onto your obelisk?
That's another thing I didn't quite understand, because he was trying to, like, pull out a piece, and he couldn't do it.
Right.
But yet he could
Smash
pull
it.
something heavy enough to smash it.
Yeah. It didn't make sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
With physics or magic, which pisses me off twice as much. Stick with one. Like, why is it unmovable but easily smashable? That makes no sense. It's a portal-making device. Make it a little sturdier. It's full magic.
Yeah.
It's not a staff. You just made... A staff would have been real easy to make.
It would have.
And it would have taken a lot less gold. You could have just click, click, clack, Lego staff up to the sky. Boom, dead people are back.
It would have looked better, because then Kevin Bacon could have carried it around. It would have been more dramatic. Instead of this monument.
Yeah.
They called it a staff!
Yeah. That's some bad translation on Heaven's part. Sorry. Like, it looks smaller from up here. Hashtag we don't... I don't really care, do you? Fucking fascist bastards. Happy ending. His wife is fine. She got stabbed and had a whole trail of blood going out of her. Mm-hmm. But they take her to the hospital.
Time freezes.
Yeah.
Because she's a 10.
And he's like, hey.
Always dying.
Hey, it's okay. You don't have to die right now, but I do. Because I'm already dead. And I'm going to still be a cop for a while. Yeah. I'm still a cop in the afterlife.
Yeah.
And if you see me around, I'm not going to say hi, but I'm going to still be in this city.
I'll still be creepily watching you.
All the time. I'll probably have a new body because we can do that also.
Yeah. So, anybody that's looking at you, probably me.
Probably me. Sleep well, my angel. She passes out, wakes up in the hospital.
To immediately be waking up and being looked at by...
A deado. who's dressed as a cop. It's the woman from Weeds.
Yeah.
She's like, she'll
The
be
boss.
all right.
She's like the head of the Boston RA.
Yeah.
What
Oh my God.
The Boston what?
The what is it?
Rest in peace, department.
Okay. And oh my God, did they hammer this relationship between you and Jeff Bridges down your throat constantly throughout the movie. Not only are they like flirting and talking about like how they were in failed relationships. You get it immediately, by the way. But there's one fucking scene towards the end where it's like, I never should have loved you. And he's like, yeah, but I'm glad you did. You probably won't resist it, guns and cowboys and whiskeys and titties and horses and stuff.
Sarsaparilla.
And she's like, oh my God, I'm yours. And bites his fucking beard.
That was so gross.
She billy goated him,
I almost
he
threw
says.
up.
Yeah, she...
She's not on his beard.
Oh.
You gotta gnaw on his beard if you're gonna beat this movie. This is what you're getting.
If you want to be Jeff Bridges' lover, you gotta nut on his beard. I'm Jeff Bridges on OK Cupid and eHarmony. This video's going out to a couple of them. I've been happily married, it says, but I just wanted to tell you, if you really want to get my goat, here's what you gotta do.
I put it in all my contracts. From now on, if I'm in your movie, some hot woman's gonna buy my beer.
She's got to be at least 45 years younger than me. Sir, isn't that younger than your daughter? Don't talk about how old my daughter is. So, end of the movie. She's fine, he's fine. He gets a new look, and it's like 14-year-old girl, redhead.
Boy Scout cookie, or Girl Scout.
Boy Scout cookie, huh?
Girl Scout.
Well, can you name me some of the Boy Scout cookies that are famous?
Sure.
A Tougaloo? That's the one with almond butter in it? What other ones are there?
I was gonna call it a Tug-a-lug.
A Tug-a-lug. Oh! A Tug-a-log. Yeah. Teach you how to do that in the Boy Scouts. A samosa? Can I get a pack of those thick mints? Oh, there's like 2 cookies per sleeve. These are the fucking Boy Scout cookies. We're moving in. We're taking over this territory. We got Tug-a-logs. We got fucking thick mints.
Thick mints.
What else we got? Smooshes. That's the cookies we sat on. We didn't sell them last year. Fucking buy them. Alright, that was R.I.P.D.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it?
No.
Not to anyone but me, Josh?
I wouldn't recommend it to you either.
I mean, you put it on the list.
I forced you to watch it.
Oh, okay, thanks.
This is revenge for all of the terrible movies that you've made him watch.
No, Kingsman 2 is revenge, but we'll get to that.
This felt a lot.
Like The Thing.
Yeah, that terrible classic movie. This felt a lot.
Starring Kurt Russell.
This felt a lot like Wanted, which was another like Vertigo or DC Dark Horse comic.
There was a couple of like shooting scenes that reminded me of Wanted.
My God, they were just in a green room with fucking cameras on circular rails whipping around them for most of this movie.
Yeah. Not good.
It was ridiculous.
Not good.
The action scene at the end was really colorful and bright. I mean, it was lame because all they did was shoot, but...
Yeah, because the climax of the movie was smashing a statue.
Toppling a bulldozer on a statue, yeah. That bulldozer...
It was cooler whenever that bulldozer got there.
It hit a...
Because it got thrown in through a vortex, like, into a report
helicopter, yeah.
That was more exciting than the climax.
It was. And then they're just like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Also,
bang.
Kevin Bacon, for planning this for so long and such an elaborate plan, you sure did just let Burt Reynolds do whatever he wanted to stop it while beating up on Ryan Gosling.
They had a barricade.
They were already there. He could see the guy actively trying to destroy the statue, and instead of going over to stop him, which he easily could have because he was kicking Ryan Reynolds' ass the whole time, He just continued to, like, I don't know, get bloodlust or something.
Yeah. Because he was a deado. He wasn't thinking straight up.
Yeah, he was high on that cumin.
No, I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, I'm glad I saw it. I wanted to see it for a while. It had an interesting premise that I thought could have been done so much better.
Good title.
It could have been really
good. Title.
Good.
Yeah. Kind of makes me want to look up the comic. We'll see. I'll get back to you, like, next week if we do that. As you know, we rolled Kingsman 2 last week. Regrettably, it was not available to rent, so we're going to find it in another format, and as soon as we find that, that's the one we're watching. But until then, this has been Have You Seen? I'm Austin.
I'm Josh.
I'm Justin.
Check us out on Fapcheck at facebook.com, Fapcheck at gmail.com for any questions, comments, concerns,
corrections,
recommendations, hate mail, anything. Just let us know you're there. No. Listen on podcast.com or iTunes. Our other podcast is Amazeballs. Until next time, bye.
Goodbye. Rest in peace.
Department.
Boston. It's wicked. It's a pissa.
Wicked pissa.
Wicked pissa in Boston. All those deados.
Yeah.
Oh, flicky go the lights when the deados come by. That's how you know. Hey, I watered this plant. We just got I got a deado living next door. Yeah, I fixed the sink. Sorry, hon, it's a deado. What can I do?
I can't. Yeah, I fixed the sink.
I fixed the sink. Yeah, I fed the dog. He's dead. He's skinny like he never ate. Fucking deados. I'm gonna go get him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get a priest and get a deado. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna go get the R.I.P.D. Hun, what's that stand for again?
Rest in peace, Department.
Alright, I'm gonna call him up. What's the number? Okay, we're back. We just realized something. When he first meets Jeff Bridges in the R.I.P.D. department, which stands for what?
Rest in peace, Department.
He goes to shake his hand, and Jeff Bridges is like, "That's something you gotta earn."
Too slow.
Too slows him. Cowboy too slows him. It doesn't come back to that.
No, they never shake hands.
Never shake hands.
Ryan
This is such a... Do you think they're waiting for, like, the third movie to do that?
Oh, yeah.
No, I think they just forgot.
Because that sounds good, R.I.P.D. 3.
They just forgot.
Okay. We need to come in and talk about that. We watched the trailer for the game. It has nothing to do with the movie.
Yeah,
it's a straight-up shooter. Shut up.
Did you not see the trailer? The first, minute of the video game trailer was the movie trailer.
How else are you going to sell it? Because otherwise it was The Walking Dead. It was a dude in a cowboy hat shooting zombies with assault rifles.
I will say that character did look like Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
In the video game.
Sure. So, they did a better job modeling in the video game than in the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Also, I totally forgot that his badge got burned onto his chest.
Yeah.
Because that never came up again. There were so many...
Yeah, he didn't, rip his shirt open and go,
R.I.P.D. motherfucker! Yeah. Like, he used the one fuck in this. They didn't use it.
No.
They threw the birds twice.
The bird a couple times.
And said shit and suck it. But,
Shitter.
That makes me think this was one of those movies where it was written by a bunch of different people. From beginning to end.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. A lot of drop plot points. And just like this episode, the plot's over. Bye.